No, see, here's the thing. Tuna Boat says, well, you banned a lot of them. No. They came on my streams completely insulting me, insulting my viewers, saying my content was terrible. They purposely came and trolled and broke all the rules to get banned. Urban style individual.
What's up with y'all? Hopefully this video finds you in good spirits, and if not, well, at least you not DSP. And Phil is the prototypical example of someone who's walking around who needs an actual therapist. Because these streams with this trucking simulator game have turned into self-soothing therapy sessions for Phil. So let's get into it.
The day anniversary when I did a co-op react event to the Review Tech documentary, Review Tech USA documentary by June the King. So first of all, to that, cheers everyone.
Phil believes if he puts the word marathon or event next to something, then it's automatically momentous. I'm not sure why he's trying to create a memorial for something that was a damn joke and was used as a ploy for Kino Casino to get closer to you. But that tells us how you really feel about your time with them.
Because really, I would argue that co-op event, even though, yes, I had done an appearance on that Kino Casino show before that, I would argue that it was that event, that cooperative react, that cemented in people's interest in me to show them that I'm not just some kind of a meme or a schlub, that I actually was entertaining and I could add something to things outside of me just, you know, sitting around and just playing video games. And since then, things have been really good for me.
Well, maybe you could, but you're acting as if you reacting to that event or you reacting to that documentary was somehow more tedious than what you do on a normal basis. Number one, you had help. You had co-hosts who are assisting you with it, and you only have to speak. In video games, you at least have to play the game and pay attention to what's going on. It's just weird to me how he tries to create a memorial out of certain things. It's just odd.
Now, I've been saying this for the last several months, but I want to bring it up again. That stream, that particular stream on August 11th, 2024, was one of my most profitable streams I've ever had, but it was because there was co-op, right? It was me working with the guys from Kino Casino to do this epic event. I would like to do a stream where I can hit those heights and exceed them myself. That day alone, between tips, super chats, and memberships, I made around $3,000. I'm not kidding. I think I made like $1,000 in tips, and the super chats and memberships were over, like, in reality, they were over $2,000, but YouTube takes a huge cut of profits.
Why are you giving us the underwriting and the mathematical breakdown for some money that you made almost a year ago? Why is this relevant? Now, you often talk about shilling and product placement, but Phil, this is far worse. You have a very hard time understanding pacing and what that actually means. You have to understand that sometimes it doesn't matter what's on the back end of your segment or the back end of your plug. If it's too long or it's too disruptive, people are not going to be interested on the back on what's on the back end of it.
So I didn't make that much like it looked like I did, but man, it was a crazy day. All right. So now what I would like to do is find a way somehow, someday, with my own content to hit those levels.
Why don't you try being entertaining? You said somehow, some way, as if there's multiple options to this. No, the way you find success in the entertainment business or industry, whatever you want to call it, is you have to be entertaining, Phil. It's not that difficult to figure out. And the fact that you're still trying to act as if there's something else to the equation just proves how out of touch you are.
I don't have to do a co-op in order to have basically that level of success, all right? But I'm curious how long it'll take and what it will be. What content would it be that would get me to that level? Because I don't know. We've been talking about that for a while, right? We have been. Like, what would it be? I don't know. I would like to think it wouldn't have to be another collab, but maybe it would have to.
Who exactly are you talking to about making $4,000 in one stream? It had to have been a conversation that you're having with a whale. Now, why would this be a topic of discussion? He's not considering how can I make my streams better? How could I be more entertaining? How could I add something to what I'm already doing to entice people to want to see more of what I'm doing? None of those things matter. What he's going to do is cook up some fabricated marathon and try to assign some type of importance to it by talking about it all week. We already know how this goes.
Obviously, a lot has changed since then, right? You know what I'm saying? Like a ton has changed. Someone just said, did I give them some of the money? No, because the agreement was I was going to appear on their show and they keep everything. And then they come and do the co-op with me and I keep everything, but they get to clip it and use it for their content for weeks on end, which they did. And then I would continue to do stuff with them, which I did. Every time I went on their show and did work with them, I never took a dime. That was all them getting stuff from me showing up on their show.
No, Phil, what you're missing is that they gave you a boost. Okay. And it doesn't matter if you were on their show or if they were on your show, the person that was going to benefit the most from it was you. Okay. You don't have an audience for them that's going to transfer over to them in a way that they're actually going to feel. Nobody watches you, right? So the only person that could have benefited from the arrangement is you.
Okay, so for those who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, on Friday, I was doing a marathon stream and I ordered some food. I ordered jambalaya from a local restaurant, which is rice with shrimp, sausage, chicken. There might have been something else, and then a bunch of peppers, veggies, and like a sauce, like a roux, okay? I got it, I started eating, I'm like, this isn't as good as what my wife makes me for dinner. Like, my wife makes me gumbo, homemade gumbo that has big ass shrimp.
Go straight.
Okay? And chicken sausage. And she makes the roux and chops up and does everything with peppers and all kinds of ingredients. And we have it over rice. And her gumbo is way better than what I got from the restaurant. And that's the point I was trying to make. But I guess the way that I'm saying it is making people think like I'm insulting her cooking. No, what I'm saying is her cooking's really good, but if I'm buying something that's from an expensive restaurant, it should be better than home cooking, and it's not, which is ridiculous, right?
Phil is so bizarre about the most trivial things. Who cares if the restaurant's food wasn't as good as how Cat cooks? This is common knowledge that for most people, home cooked meals are better than the food that you can buy at some restaurant somewhere, right? But the part that you're missing, Phil, is a lot of the reason why if people go out to restaurant is not just the taste of the food, even though that is a part of it, but it's about the interactions. It's about being around other people, right? It's about brotherhood and fellowship and mingling, you know, things you don't understand.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, why the hell did I even order this if I could have just asked my wife to make me dinner? So I hope that makes sense. I guess I didn't say it properly during the event, and now, of course, all the idiots jump on my throat because they're all fucking obsessed retards who have to try to turn everything I say into something toxic when it's not. Trust.
So now we're in straitjackets and we need to take our medication because you misspoke. It would be so much better, Phil, if you would just come out and own things certain time. You would probably win some brownie points. But every time something doesn't go your way, even when it's your fault, which it is most of the time, you automatically default to it's the detractor's fault. Just own this shit, bro. It's not that big a deal.
Trust me, my wife is not insulted by what I said. I told her the same thing when I went downstairs. I had it in my hand. I said, your gumbo is way better than this. Like, I don't know why I paid money for this. Your food is better. And she was happy about that, to know that she's a good cook. She wasn't insulted. Okay. So I know where everything is now. There it is. The chip. It's just sad. It's just sad because, like I said, when I did my stream where I invited Review Tech on the stream, I was going to give him the opportunity to basically do that co-op stream with me, have fun, and at the end, I was going to possibly offer him his chip back, depending on how he did.
What's funny about this whole chip thing is you feel as if that stupid piece of plastic somehow has value because you've assigned value to it. You present it to the world and we're supposed to look at it as if it's the Ark of the Covenant or something because Phil said it has value. And all it really did is make you look silly. The whole time during the whole King Snake him reacting to the Review Tech documentary when he pulled out the whole poker chip gimmick to begin with. We already knew it was going to be cringe. We already knew that, Phil, because you're not crafty enough to come up with a compelling way to make the confrontation interesting. You just can't. It was you sitting there riding the Kino Casino's coattails, hoping that they'll throw you a bone. It was a damn joke. And then when they finally gave you a chance to close the show, you come up with some of the cringiest shit that anybody could think of. Talking about you're going to keep his chip and I'm going to keep it behind me until he changes it. Phil, first of all, it might be the right message, but it's the wrong messenger. You are in no position to tell anybody what they should be doing with their life, considering how yours is going.
But he failed instantly. Like, he didn't even get, what, an hour into it? Not even a half an hour. He was such a fucking schlub and a horrible entertainer and a horrible person. He couldn't get past the fact that he wanted to talk about dumb shit like, I don't talk into the mic like this all the time. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm about to reveal all this stuff about me working with Kino Casino. I'm about to drop the DMs. We're going to go through them. We're going to spill the tea. We got all the stuff you want to know about. And he goes, Phil, why don't you talk into your mic like this all the time? He's fucking retarded. Seriously, I mean, I can't think of a dumber person on this fucking planet. That's what he wanted to talk about.
You know what was actually dumb? You thinking that you can do a co-op with his enemies and then thinking that you can reach out to him in desperation and think that he was somehow going to help you. You're mad because he wasn't as desperate as you were. That's really what you're mad about. So when the whole King Snake thing popped off, when RTU first popped on Phil's stream, I got to say, it was a rare RTU dub because you can tell he wasn't with the bullshit from the jump. We already knew he wasn't going to play none of Phil's games. And that's really what Phil was mad about, even though those DMs was a damn nothing burger.
So I dumped them, and then I did the stream like I wanted to. Anyway, so here's the chip. I still have it. I don't know if I'll ever use it, any day or not. I don't know. The Trouters are sad. Thank you for a $5 super sticker. Now we're up to $46 of support. Thank you so much. And by the way, for the record, since I basically got out of the drama, I'm not even kidding you, since that stream, and what was that, March? So what are we, in August now? Jesus, 5 months? It's been 5 months. Wow, time flies. I haven't paid any attention to review tech at all, and life is good. I don't care.
Phil, we already know when you say you're not paying attention to particular things, those are the exact things that you're paying attention to.
What he does, I know he probably brings me up all the time and he still fucking does the same shit. I don't care. You guys are trying to, oh, he got a tattoo. I don't care. I literally don't give a fuck about that man. He's a weirdo fuck. I want, zero involvement is more than enough involvement with him. So thank goodness.
I wonder if RTU would have played ball with you that day and helped you dump on the Kino Casino, would your sentiments be the same? Because we know you don't really have a moral compass. How you view people is circumstantial, largely is based on if they can benefit you or not. And since RTU could not benefit you, all of a sudden now he's disposable. Until he wasn't, right? And then you try to get him back on your team and then, oh, nope, he's not useful to me again, right? It was just a show of ineptitude, because if anything, that was the last person that you should have went to. And we can tell your plan was the enemy of my enemy is my friend, because later on when you did Smart Guys, you got Ethan Ralph. So a lot of your decision making post Kino was based on you licking your wounds from the Kino arc.
Kyler did a $5 super chat. Happy 1 year anniversary on beating review tag. Thank you. I mean, how the tides turned and how the tables turned there, right? Where this guy thought he was on top of the world. He was untouchable. He could just crap on me every day. Now look where the fuck he is. This fucking loser schlub, right? Fuck him. It used to be able to say, yeah, but Phil, he still has a 1 million sub YouTube channel and you don't. Well, he doesn't either.
Well, we can still say that because he actually achieved having a 1 million subscriber channel and you did not. The fact that he had one to delete is the flex. Now, on the flip side of that, you've been on YouTube for damn near 20 years and you are live streaming to 150, 200 people. So you talking about numbers and who got what is not the flex you think it is, Phil. You need to stop. Your channel health is terrible. Absolutely terrible by every measurable metric. I started my channel 2 months ago and my channel health is better than yours. That's a damn shame.
He has nothing. He literally gave it all away because he's the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. I can't believe how dumb that fucking guy is. Okay. Talking about. No, we didn't. Someone just said, anniversary of having casino as friends, we almost made a year. Dude, it ended in March. It's August. That was 5 months ago. Technically, it didn't even, it lasted just like half a year, if that. And the whole time they were faking anyway. Everyone knows they were faking.
Now, yes, that is a true statement, Phil. Everybody knows they were faking. Now, the part that you're missing out on is that you did not know. Now, of course, you're going to try to act like you do, but it's always interesting to me when he is so particular about particular dates and timelines and all this other stuff, right? Because that's very much akin to a stalker, right? No, it was 5 months ago. Like, he knew exactly when it was. Do you miss them, Phil?
It seems like the only people who were convinced were their viewers. Like, my viewers weren't fooled. I wasn't fooled. They obviously weren't really my friends. It was only their viewers who were fooled by any of it.
When I was a little boy, my grandparents used to watch a show called Judge Judy. She's a legend. I know a lot of y'all probably know who I'm talking about. But Judge Judy had an old saying, and she used to say, when you tell the truth, you don't need a good memory. And that's something Phil needs to learn, because he's telling these lies and he's acting as if he's speaking in passing. No, Phil, you're recording yourself lying. So it's very easy for people to go get the source material to contradict what you're saying with you. We don't have to say anything. We just use you to contradict you.
The truth is that I think their fans are, they're the kind of people that they just want, they want to go where the drama is. Okay? They do. They want to go where the drama is. If I were a drama creator and I split with the casino, but I kept making drama, some of them probably would have stuck around and kept watching my stuff, honestly. But I'm not. I'm a gamer. I'm a gaming content creator. That's who I want to be. They don't want to just chill and have a good time. A few of them do. A few of the people who are watching me and stuck around are casino viewers, but many of them made new accounts and things so that people don't know that it's really them. You know, so, I don't want people holding it against me that I watch Phil because now, he's not with casino anymore.
Phil loves to create this scenario where he is so against drama, right? He don't want anything to do with it. And then he would try to put people in a box who he believes like drama. Phil, I've touched on this before. Everybody likes drama, okay? And it's sad that you're in entertainment and you don't understand this. If there was a boxing match right now and they can be the best boxers on earth, they can get in a ring and the physical things that they do, sure, they will be impressive, but nobody's going to care. They only care when storylines or narratives or tension is happening between the two fighters, aka drama. And even outside of the sports realm, you can look at different TV shows on Netflix and Hulu. It's the same thing, because people want to see characters have an arc, a beginning, a middle, and an end. All right? That's how it works. You, on the other hand, are on the far end of the spectrum. You're not creative at all, and you're boring as hell.
But for the most part, you're right. The vast majority of people who watched them and came to check out my stuff and said, I actually really genuinely like Phil's stuff and everything. I like the gaming. I like the chill vibes. The moment that I said, that's it, I'm done with them. Oh, well, fuck Phil. And they all just disappeared, right? Take a look at the people on the top of the kick leaderboards. The all-time gifters, they're all gone. They all just left or turned on me simply because I said, I'm not doing drama content with the casino. I refuse.
See, this is why I said telling the truth is so important. Now, he just said that when they turned on him, quote unquote, that's when the audience decided they wanted to leave. Well, Phil, according to the official narrative, the official canon from DSP Gaming, you went about the business of finding misery brokers, aka Kino Casino. You used them, right, to fatten up your coffers and gain more resources. And then when you were done with them, you snaked them. That's the official story. So we're using the official story, then naturally, yes, their viewers would turn on you as well because you had no real reason to turn on the Kino Casino, especially considering how much they helped you. So them leaving would be logical if we are using the official canon from you. You see why it's so important to tell the truth?
So, that's what I mean. Like, if I did do drama content, but just did it on my own without them, and we had a split, I think that a lot of them might have stayed. But that's what they're there for. They didn't come for chill vibing gameplay and stuff like that. So they're not going to stick around after I'm not doing that kind of content anymore. You see?
That's not necessarily true, Phil. You know, he act as if people who are watching this platform, aka YouTube, are only watching it for drama. No, people come on this platform to watch a bunch of different things. And the people that watch you or Kino Casino are not only watching you or Kino Casino, Phil. So you could have been entertaining to them in a separate way, but you have no understanding on how to truly cultivate an audience and then feed that audience.
Oh, Jazz, I totally agree with that. Jazz says a lot of people have stuck around for the past decade, but they just lurk. That I agree with, but that's not what we're talking about. That we're talking about just people who like my content and like me for me. We were talking about people who just started watching me last year because of the casino collabs, you see? Okay. No, see, here's the thing. Tuna Boat says, well, you banned a lot of them. No. They came on my streams completely insulting me, insulting my viewers, saying my content was terrible. They purposely came and trolled and broke all the rules to get banned.
So you did ban them. Which makes no sense considering how Kick works and how you get paid. Now, we've been saying for the longest that if people are going to LARP, just let them LARP. I don't care if it's Kick or YouTube. What do you gain from blocking all these people? Those are potential viewers and those are potential whales. But for Phil, the second you disagree with him, you're exiled. And this is why we haven't seen any real meaningful progression on DSP Gaming as of late, because Phil has a very hard time calculating and computing other people's opinions, especially on him.
It wasn't, I just one day said, oh, just ban everyone who likes Kino Casino. That's not what happened. In fact, it was the opposite. I said, you guys are still welcome to stay. I want you guys to stay. But many of them just immediately turned on me because I said, I don't want to work with the casino anymore, you know, because of the drama shit. Again, it's just sad. Like, a lot of those people can't really think for themselves. Because I feel like if they would think for themselves, maybe some of them would have stuck around and checked out my stuff longer term. But they just do what they're told. They're basically like really gullible people. They just do exactly what they're told. So if the casino says, oh, fuck Phil now because he's not doing stuff with us anymore and he screwed us and he owes us an apology and all that bullshit, they just listen. They don't think for themselves or anything. They don't listen to a word I say. They just immediately, okay, well, that's what he said, so that's what we got to do. Well, it's a simpleton's mindset to not have independent thought. It's kind of sad that they're just this, like, really weird groupthink mentality, very sheepish.
So it couldn't be that you're probably the most boring person on the platform. It couldn't be that you play video games poorly. It couldn't be that you berate your audience constantly for money, and when they don't give you money, you start to guilt trip them, you start to talk to them crazy, and you treat them like shit. None of those things have anything to do with it. And they're at home and they have complete autonomy and they can pick to choose anything, and they're about to pick your stream, right? But then a thought from Kino Casino pops in, oh yeah, that's right, I can't watch Phil. Phil, that makes no sense. If people find you entertaining, it doesn't matter how controversial you are, they still will watch. We've seen that countless times in the pro leagues, football, in the NBA, right? A lot of problem childs in there, but they got go, so people let them still play. It will be the same thing for you, Phil. It's just you're not entertaining, dude. You're boring as hell. And so the select few people that you do manage to get, even they are not actually entertained by you. They're hoping that they can have a relationship that goes beyond the stream, Phil. That's why they're so generous.
Well, let's be honest. That's probably some of the reason why so many of them watched and supported me for those few months anyway. Because they were told to, not because they actually checked out my stuff and liked it, but, oh, well, if Kino Casino says that Phil's good, then that means he's good, so we got to go watch and support him, right?
He's still so salty about that, not understanding that that was part of the troll, Phil, to make you feel like you were ascending. And you would not have felt like that unless you seen numbers increase across the board. So it cemented what they were trying to do when they were telling you to do things and telling you you were the king. And then when you would look at your numbers and see, oh my God, maybe I am the king. And it worked. Because look what you turned into. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Urban style content. I'm dead.